Did you know that a single top-secret American project during World War II not only ended the war, but changed the destiny of humanity forever? Behind guarded fences and layers of secrecy, some of the greatest minds of the 20th century worked on something so terrifying that even they feared its consequences. This was the Manhattan Project, the birth of the atomic bomb. The story of the Manhattan Project is not just about science, nor only about war. It is a story of secrecy, ambition, fear, morality, and the dawning of a new era, the nuclear age. Our journey begins in 1939, just before the outbreak of World War II. Across Europe, Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany was growing more powerful by the day. They had conquered nations, amassed weapons, and worse, had some of the world's leading physicists working under them. Among them was the fearsome idea, what if Hitler built an atomic bomb first? This fear would spark the greatest scientific mobilization in history. It began with a letter. Famed physicist Albert Einstein, though a pacifist, signed a letter written by fellow physicist Leo Szilard, warning US President Franklin D. Roosevelt that Germany might be attempting to build an atomic weapon. That single letter lit the fuse. Roosevelt responded cautiously but firmly. The United States could not afford to fall behind. A secret committee was formed, and from it, the Manhattan Engineer District, later known simply as the Manhattan Project, was born. The project's scale was unlike anything the world had ever seen. America gathered the brightest scientific minds. J. Robert Oppenheimer, a brilliant but complex physicist, was appointed scientific director. Alongside him were Nobel Prize winners like Enrico Fermi, who had built the world's first nuclear reactor, Niels Bohr, the Danish genius who fled Nazi-occupied Europe, and many others. They were given an impossible mission: to harness the energy hidden within the atom and turn it into a weapon of unimaginable destructive power. But science alone was not enough. The Manhattan Project became a vast industrial and military effort. Entire secret cities were built: Los Alamos in New Mexico, Oak Ridge in Tennessee, and Hanford in Washington state. These cities did not appear on maps. Workers were sworn to silence. Even families living there often had no idea what their loved ones were working on. One young woman later recalled, "We turned valves, pressed buttons, and monitored dials, but nobody told us what it was for." In reality, they were enriching uranium and producing plutonium, the fuels for the atomic bomb. At the center stood J. Robert Oppenheimer. Brilliant, charming, and troubled, he inspired his team of scientists with both vision and intensity. Under his leadership, Los Alamos became the nerve center of bomb design. Yet even as they worked, many scientists wrestled with guilt. They knew what they were building. They knew it could destroy entire cities in seconds. Some tried to justify it. If we don't do it, Hitler will. Others saw only the abyss. Oppenheimer himself quoted from Hindu scripture, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." As 1944 turned to 1945, the project reached its climax. Billions of dollars had been spent. More than 130,000 people worked across its secret sites. Yet no one knew if the bomb would actually work. That answer would come in the desert of New Mexico. On July 16, 1945, before dawn, in the Jornada del Muerto desert, scientists gathered nervously. They called it the Trinity test. A tower stood with a strange, ominous device atop it, the first plutonium bomb. At 5:29 a.m., the desert lit up brighter than the sun. A massive fireball expanded, followed by a thunderous shockwave that shattered windows 100 miles away. Those who witnessed it never forgot it. Some cheered. Some fell silent. Oppenheimer remembered a line from the Bhagavad Gita, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. The atomic age had begun. By this time, Germany had already surrendered. But Japan continued to fight, showing no signs of giving up despite heavy losses. US President Harry Truman, who had taken office after Roosevelt's death, now faced a choice. Should America use its new weapon to force Japan's surrender? Or should it demonstrate the bomb in an uninhabited area? The decision was made. The bomb would be used in war. On August 6, 1945, the uranium bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, was dropped on Hiroshima. The city vanished in a blinding flash. Tens of thousands died instantly. Many more suffered burns, radiation, and slow death. 3 days later, on August the 9th, a second bomb, Fat Man, a plutonium device, was dropped on Nagasaki. Again, devastation beyond imagination. On August the 15th, Japan surrendered. World War II was over. But the world had changed forever. News of the bombs shocked the globe. Some hailed it as the weapon that ended the war and saved countless lives that would have been lost in an invasion of Japan. Others saw only horror, the deaths of civilians, the birth of a terrifying new age. The scientists of the Manhattan Project themselves were divided. Some argued the bombs should never have been used. Others felt they had no choice. Oppenheimer himself would later be consumed with guilt, clashing with the US government during the Cold War. The Manhattan Project changed everything. It ushered in the Cold War nuclear arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. It created the doctrine of mutually assured destruction. And it raised eternal questions. Can humanity be trusted with such power? Should we ever have built it at all? From a letter signed by Einstein, to secret cities, to mushroom clouds rising over Japan, the Manhattan Project remains one of the most consequential chapters in human history. It was the day mankind truly gained the power to destroy itself. And that was the story of the Manhattan Project, America's deadliest secret. A story of science, secrecy, and a new world forged in fire. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to subscribe Quest Revealers, where we uncover the hidden truths of our past. Share this with a friend who loves history, and remember, the past is never really gone.